Hi, welcome to AAA Hobbies Facebook Saturday, or I should say, yes, Saturday, Sunday afternoon live on Facebook. And today we're going to take a look today at Tamiya Mini Four-Wheel Drive Racing. And just to preface that, here at AAA Hobbies in Magnolia, New Jersey, we do events and demos and seminars, which have been curtailed lately for obvious reasons, but we're back. We're going to start our events up again at the end of the month. June 27th at 1 p.m. will be our first event since last fall. We're going to do a registration, practice racing, and tune up event for Tamiya Mini Four-Wheel Drive Racing. Now, a lot of you guys out there in my audience know what Mini Four-Wheel Drive Racing is. You come, I have a lot of racers that are really into it, and it's a really great event, great hobby, a lot of fun. For you that aren't familiar with it, we'll do a little talk about it today. I have all my stuff laid out here. For the guys that know about Mini Four-Wheel Drive, we're going to do things just slightly different this year. I want to make sure that all you racers are registered beforehand. So in other words, I'll put some information on our social media pages and I'll send out a constant contact email about this. But I want everybody to register beforehand so that you have a race number. In other words, I'm number 1. The next guy that registers will be number 2. The next guy is 3. And you'll keep these numbers through the whole series of racing until September. And we'll race like we did before on the fourth Sunday of the month, the last Sunday every month. We'll have a series of races, and at the end, hopefully, I'll keep track of everybody's points. And we'll keep a track of everyone's points. We'll do 3 points for a first place win, 1 point if you stay on the track and complete the race, and then we'll add them all up at the end, and we'll have a Grand Prix with all the 3 highest point winners will race off for a special prize. So June 27th at 1 p.m. It'll be a pre-registration, tune-up, practice racing event, and then in July we'll start doing the actual racing events. So Tamiya four-wheel drive, for you guys that don't know what it is, it's a really great hobby that centers around these small cars that I have behind me. Now, when folks come into the store and they see these cars, they ask me, oh, are they slot cars? Are they radio control? No, they're not. And don't let that fool you. Don't let that make you think that it's not fun. It really is. What these are four-wheel drive cars that basically you run them in a track. And let me grab a piece of track and show you. This is a track section. This is one of the straight sections. And the track itself, when we put it together, is huge. I mean, we make a really big track, and there's 3 lanes in the track, as you can see. And the cars, once you get it built, you turn it on, the 3 cars line up, and we just let them go. And it's free racing. So you say to yourself, how much fun is that? Just making a car and throwing it in a track. Well, the idea here is when you build these cars, there's 2 classes. There's stock, right out of the box, and then there's tuned class, which means you can tune the car by adding a lot of extra parts and hop-up parts and ball bearings and so forth to make this car go as fast as it possibly can. Now, when you do that, the idea is the car has to stay in the track and do the circuit 3 times to win. It has to beat the other racers for 3 laps around the track. There's a crossover, so you're going to do 1 lap in each lane, and then the first one to complete the 3 laps wins. The idea is to make your car go as fast as possible without going out of the track, because if you leave the track, you're done. You're out of the race. And you'd be surprised how much work can go into, or how much fun it is to tune these cars up to get it to go as fast as you can get it to go and have it stay in the track. So let me put this track section down, and at the end of the video here, I'll show you a small track that I have built behind me here in the demo room and give you an idea of what it's about. So let me put this down. That being said, when you come in and you buy a Tamiya Mini four-wheel drive car, I can get you into a car for about $15, which is one of the really appealing things about this hobby is it's not super expensive. And most guys get into it and they run box stock, which means I buy this kit, open it up, and the kit has everything in it that you need to build this car. car such as this or some of my others. You can see it's got the body parts in it, the chassis. These are all the gears and screws and the grease and so forth for the car. Rubber tires, little chassis parts, and then they give you a nice sticker sheet. Now, what's really cool about these cars is for it to look really good, you don't have to do anything other than build it and put the sticker sheet on it, and they come out looking, ready to race. They look beautiful when you're done, and it's a lot of fun. The only thing you need to build these, let me put these parts back in this box, get them out of the way. And anybody that's familiar with Tamiya, they make some of the best products on the market as far as engineering and buildability and quality go. So you're getting into something that's just top-notch quality. The only thing you need to build this kit right here is the kit. You need a pair of nippers, like these little model nippers to cut the parts off the screws, and a set of screwdrivers. I sell these Tamiya screwdrivers here at work, or you can use your own little Phillips head screwdriver or a straight head, this little screwdriver pack. So basically the car kit, your nippers, your screwdrivers, and you're ready to go. Doesn't take anything extra. You're not going to do any painting. You're not really going to do any gluing. It's just all screwed together. And then you use your grease and your oil, which I have here. I have a little oil pen, and I have a little tube of grease, a little Tamiya grease. Use those. And in box stock, when you build the cars, and we divide it into two classes, the racing. It's box stock and tuned. So you can pick one or the other. And when you build box stock, you're running against other racers that are just building their car straight out of the box. And the way you get that to go faster is, number one, you break your motor in properly, which I won't go into here. You can look that up online or talk to some of the guys that come in June 27th, talk to the guys that race. You break your motor in, you grease the gears, you oil where you have to oil, and use really good quality batteries. And you'll have a really fast car. So the box stock class will be all you guys that build them straight out of the box. The tune class, however, is a whole different ballgame. The tune class is where you take a box stock car like that and you change parts out. In other words, when you come in, and what I'm going to do for the tune-up event, I'm going to build, this will give you guys a little edge that know what you're doing. I'm going to build the exact track that we're going to use for the first race for the practice session. So the track you come here and run on June 27th will be the track that I put up at the end of July for the actual first race. So you'll have the edge there where you can run the track and figure out how to tune your car to that track so it runs efficiently and doesn't fly off. So if I buy a car and I decide to tune it up, Tamiya, let me grab some of these parts and I'll show them to you. I mean, the first thing that most guys do is they pick the proper motor for the type of track they're running. In other words, there's sprint, there's endurance, there's all different types of tracks, depending on if there's a lot of jumps in it or if there's a lot of straightaways. And there's different types of motors. You have torque-tuned motors, you have atomic-tuned motors, you have rev-tuned motors. And like I say, if you're new to this, and you come in on the 27th, you can talk to all the racers, the guys that are experienced, and they can give you an idea of which motors they use for which types of track. You can also do things like install ball bearings. They have little ball bearings, so you can take out the little plastic bushings that are, on the wheels and such and put ball bearings in, so you get less friction, a lot more speed. You can buy, and I'm going to pull out, this is one of the tuned cars that one of the gentlemen, Steve here at the store, runs. And this is a really beautiful car, but you notice the difference between the two cars. You see all these things that are on the edges? Well, those all serve a purpose. This one doesn't have them. I mean, this is just a box car without a lot of extra parts. You can see it has plastic rollers on it. The rollers are what keep the cars in the track. This car has carbon fiber attachments on the front and rear. It has these rollers on the front that are metal. Let me get it up here. So you can see they spin a lot easier than the plastic. And they have these weights on the sides. These are called mass dampers. And what a mass damper is, a mass damper is a weight that when the car starts to come off the track, these will lift up and then they slam down. They drop. As you can see, it drops and that helps the car stay on the track. So you've got weights on the front, or I should say you got rollers on the front, weights on the sides, and he also has weights on the back here, and metal rollers. And I'm sure he's got ball bearings throughout. And this is a really, really fast car. And there's actually brakes. You can put a brake pad on the back here so that when the car comes down, instead of bouncing, it'll hit this and this will brake the car so that it doesn't bounce out of the track. So there's a lot of upgrades and tuning you can do to these cars. Like I say, you might look at it like a toy when you don't know about it, but the guys that get into this, they really know what they're doing, and they can really make these cars fly without leaving the track, which is a real accomplishment. So that's a tuned mini four-wheel drive car. And you can tune any car. We have some of them that come actually with the tuned parts. You can buy a kit that has the hotter motor, that has the metal rollers and things like that, and some weights, the mass dampers on the side. Or you can just buy a straight box kit. What else can I tell you about this? Mini four-wheel drive, you can buy pre-built cars. You know, they actually sell these cars pre-built. So sometimes when I have guys come in and they have really young children that don't want to build, they can buy this car pre-built. And this is this guy here, the Panda car. And Tamiya does some really fun things. They like do the panda bear cars, they do an elephant car, an owl. They do lots of animals, which the kids really enjoy. They like them. You can see my kitty cat up here. They have a cat car. So mini four-wheel drive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys the track. Well, before I do that, what we do is when we have races, we have these boxes. And these boxes are used to determine if the car is built within specification for the tuned class. In other words, when you start putting all these extra parts on the sides and such, the car has to fit inside of this box. So when you come in and you register to race, we check your car. Number one, for box stock, we make sure that you haven't added any extra parts or changed the motor. It has to be right out of the box. For tuned cars, we basically check the motor, make sure it's legal, and then we pop the car into this box to make sure that dimensionally it checks out. So that's really important. And as far as how these run, they run on AA batteries. They run on like your basic standard AA's. You can also use rechargeable and IMH AA batteries. So if you buy a lot of rechargeable batteries, you can do those. You know, we set up a charging station. You can plug your batteries in, charge them up, or just use regular alkaline AA batteries. It takes 2 AA batteries to run one of these cars. So that's simple. Nothing to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around. Be patient with me while I do this. I will take a stock car and I'll take the hot car. And we'll show you the difference in how fast they go. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get on the track. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this well. This is just a small, let me get into the camera here. This is just a really small oval track that we put together to show you guys how these cars run. When we build the track for the races, it's probably 3-4 times the size of this. I mean, it's a really big track with bank turns and jumps and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you this one. This is a box stock car. This car, you can see it has the plastic rollers on it. It has no weight dampers on it, anything. This is right out of the box built. I'm going to pop this on. And the way you start out is you just drop it into the track. I'm going to go this way. We always count 1, 2, 3, go. Hopefully you can see that car flying around the track there. And you can see the car goes around the track 3 times. And there's a crossover so that the car does a lap in each lane. Now what I'm going to do, hopefully this car won't fly out of the track and crash too badly, but I think it will because it's a tuned car. I'm going to turn the tuned car on and put it in the track. Actually, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I don't know if you can tell how much faster that car's going, but it's flying around the track. And if I turn this car on, let them go together. See how much faster the blue part goes. The blue part is going to lap this one really, really quickly. It's already lapped it. So that's mini four-wheel drive. Pop this up a little. Mini four-wheel drive cars, a lot of fun. We carry a full stock. I've got a big order of them coming in because the racing season's going to start. And you'll find that if you come in and you race with us, you're going to want to do it every month. You're going to want to come in, and we put the track up now and then and do practice racing and tune-ups. So every now and then the track will be set up in the demo room here. We're going to do the races outside this season as if we can, just so that everybody has some distancing and feels safe. So we've got a big parking lot. We'll set it all up. We'll put tents out. We'll have this door open too, so you can come in if you need to cool off in the demo room. We'll have tables set up in here. So come on down on Sunday. That's AAA Hobbies in Magnolia, New Jersey. We're on Route 30. Big Tamiya dealer. We have all kinds of stuff from Tamiya: tools, cars, airbrushes, and mini four-wheel drive. Mini four-wheel drive is really great stuff. So come on down on June 27th. That's a Sunday at 1 p.m. Even if you don't have cars, if you guys are my racers that know about this, come on down and tune your cars and get ready to race. It's going to be a good season. If you're not familiar with it, come down and check it out. You can come and watch the cars race, talk to the guys that race them, get a feel for it. It's a blast. It's a really good family hobby. I see adults with a lot of children coming. All the kids have their own cars. They build them. Dad helps them. Mom helps them build their cars. Moms race. Children race. It's just a lot of fun. You can go to our website, AAA Hobbies, and check out photos. I'm sure there's stuff up there from past races, or our Facebook page. Come and visit us on social media and check out Tamiya mini four-wheel drive cars. Really good stuff. So hopefully we'll see you on Sunday, June 27th at 1 p.m. Get registered, get ready to race, and tune in the first Sunday of every month for Facebook Live. We'll do something like this. And hopefully when we do the racing, I'll put some live video on so you guys can see what's going on and check it out. So mini four-wheel drive. It's a blast. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.